afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Nearby Peak International Academy. My name is Wu Hao, a student professional from China, and also I'm the teacher in this academy. Uh, it's very glad for me to give you such a video lecture, and I'm going to make a video series about. You see the title here. I'll give you a brief introduction of openings in half an hour. This is the first video of this series. It's about the Chinese opening, and I'm going to update once a week and to introduce different kinds of opening and also some joseki and some opening and also some really popular like some popular strategies. So let's start about today's opening. And most of us must know the Chinese opening is like this one, and a star and 4 3 points, and also uh, the stone of the with a circle. Actually, although the Chinese opening's name is with Chinese, but it's not invented by Chinese. It's invented by a Japanese Go player, and he's a really strong player. But it's not famous when it is invented. One day there is a game between Chinese team and Japanese team, and 5 Japanese to 5 Chinese, and all Chinese team member or 5 professional players, they all play uh, this opening, and the media was very shocked at that time, and they say, "Wow, what is this? Is this Chinese opening?" And so from that time, this opening is called Chinese opening, but actually this is not invented by Chinese. So this is the story of how Chinese opening is invented. And now I'm going to introduce how to deal with the Chinese opening, and I'm going to introduce 5 josekis and 5 main josekis in the Chinese opening. And the first one is that the most simple one. The white will play from the top, and then black will just jump to protect his corner if black play here, and sometimes then we know if you have a star here, and then uh, with a stone from this side, and white can just play like this one, and later white can reduce your moil here, so your wall will no longer useful. So this is not good for black, and black will just jump to protect his corner. And this is the normal opening, and I'm not going to call it a joseki. Maybe might be called a joseki, but not included in our 5 josekis. And now the 3 3 points is being played. When I was about about 5 years ago, this is really popular because if black play Chinese opening, white will just click the 3 3 points and to invade into the corner. And the next moves are simple. The black will just block, Hane connect to cut down these 2 groups, and the white must make leave of the corner first. And then now we need to know that white cannot simply connect because black can just to make a tiger mouth here, and it's hard for white stone to be active. So usually that before this connect, white will play here first. Then black have 2 choices. One is here, another one is here. No, so let's talk about this first. If black descend, white have to connect to reinforce. If white not connect, instead they get this big point. Now the corner is in danger. To push, connect, and to click here. It's very difficult for white to make leave, and if white to capture, and then black will connect. Now the corner is already dead, and somebody will ask, okay, teacher, what about this one? And this is a death shape. So what about this one? Okay, I believe that some dumb players know that black cannot capture, because if you capture, this is a call. But what if black play here? If white capture, then black connect. The only one real eye, one false eye, the white die. What about white Atari here? Then black will capture, capture, and then capture back. Now it looks like the same with the beginning one. The white is die here, because you Atari, then I will play here. This is a dying shape. So white cannot leave this corner without reinforcement. So white have to reinforce, and then now this cut is really serious for black. So black cannot just attack these two stones straightly, because white can just get out and then drag these two stones out. Actually, from my perspective, this is really hard for black, because if you play here, and I will just block you inside, and if black can only make these moves, then it's really hard for black. If black play here, white can push here, and it's really uncomfortable for this stone. Okay, so usually that's black when white reinforce, and black have to reinforce here, and then white to get back these two stones, and then black get this big point. After this, we will see the strategy of black and white. White just get some territory and also territory, but black give up this corner, but he got a big wall here, so black will just manage. If black manage to get this big moil, black will win, but white must to get inside, and who win this fight, who win the game. So this will be decided by this moil, but usually that I like white more, because it's really hard for black to capture this one. Okay, let's get back. So when white to play here, and black's another choice is this one. Now we see that this is totally different with the previous one, because white have a descent, have a scented descent. So white can just get back, and now the first Joseki here is to push, connect, and then white jump, and then black play here. It's somehow similar with the last one, and the last one is the Joseki, and the first Joseki for here. And here we may see that this is somehow similar to the last one, so this is the second Joseki here, and I'm going to lead you to see why white is alive this time. If black still Atari inside, white will just attach. If black connect, then simply white will make leave in the corner. If black Atari inside, Atari descent, and now there is A and B. Black can only get one, because if black connects, and then white will throw, and now we see one call, double call, and this is black is impossible to kill white. Okay, so if black choose to connect, then white will just tarry back, or white have a more serious one, tarry and then get back. But now here is a call, so it's not necessary for white to play here. Just tarry back is okay. So this is a good, really nice variation for white. Okay, so remember this is a Joseki, and when Hane to extend like this one, and then Hane block, and then push, connect, jump, and then to get this side. For me, I would like to choose white again because white still can get inside, and black's wall is not stronger than last time, and although black get more points, but I still will choose white. Okay, so let's go to the next one. For the upper side, that's all, but let's see if black want to just attack from this side, and white will just play some simple moves, and then to reduce the territory and to reduce the potential of black, simply I would like to choose white because black have already abandoned corner to white, and also black cannot capture this white stone, and the potential for black is not much. So sometimes white will just play here. In my opinion, I think this one is now the best choice for white. But also white have other ways to deal with the Chinese opening. For example, like this. Black will just to reinforce. This is the first way for black to deal with the N3. And then this is a really simple one. And the Joseki here. No. And the Joseki here. That's about one Joseki, simple Joseki, one simple Joseki, and one simple one. So this is what I call Joseki 2. Actually, is the third Joseki. So it's not hard to find out that white gets more points and black still gets some potential here. But I have to say that the black's territory is not steady. If later white just invade inside, and the black have two ways. First is to kill, but it's impossible to kill. And if black block this side to cut these two stones, and then white will just get inside to the corner directly. Easy to make leave, right? And if black to block other side, then white will directly make leave. And now it's impossible for black to Hane this side. Here is double Atari, right? So this is not good for white, not for black. So actually for me, I would like to choose white this side in this Joseki because here is a really serious invasion for black. Black cannot to resist this one, and the only way is to play here, and later white can just jump out. For the 14 and 15, these two exchange, white gets much benefit here. Okay, so maybe this can be called a Joseki, and this is third Joseki. Later here is an invasion, so I would like to choose white again. Okay, now let's go to some more aggressive. So now black will directly play here to give more pressure to the 6. Then white, the only choice for white is to touch here, to get up here, and then black will honey to say that if you want to get higher, I will resist your. Okay, then white say I will bend here, you need to get back, and then I can honey, you extend to continually to play like this one. And actually, if the two players play like this, black will get about 30 points here, maybe more, but white still get a big model here, and black need to invade, white attack, and then the game maybe will play like maybe will continually play like this one, and uh, for me I would like to choose white because blacks this is a weak group, and already white this group and this group have about 20 points. So in this half black only have 10 more 10 more points but one weak group, so I would like to choose white. If black have also be aggressive, and maybe white will play some really aggressive moves to attack the black group, I think it's really hard for black to make live here. Maybe not hard to make live, but hard to live comfortable. Okay, so this is not good for black, and black have another choice here is to honey. Actually, this honey is really tough. White also will say, okay, you tough, and for me it's also tough. I cannot to draw back. If I just play here, then you can be more aggressive. Then I will. It's not good for me. My territory is reduced much more than the the last variation. Okay, so now the fight is began. Okay, I will extend. Then now white maybe play like this one. If you play here, and the white will fly here. And now this is a really complicated variation. Actually, this have no necessary to play like this, and maybe they will change the places, they will change the order, and this is just a variation, and I will show it again. If black honey and white will cut, and this is a fight, and whatever you want to play is okay, except you die here. Extend. And somebody will ask, why not you play here? Because I think if you let the black to get more positive in the corner, in the middle, I think is maybe not good for white, but actually it's maybe acceptable. But sorry, maybe black will play here. Yeah. For me, it's actually more maybe unacceptable. I think black is better. So I would like to play here first, because if you now get here, I will just maybe to play here, and then I can attack your corner. So if you want to protect your corner and you have to play here, then this bend is not a centi, so I will get out. You cannot cut me now, because if you just want cut, I can just get out. So this one is also helped white to get out here. So now it's impossible for black to cut. is actually impossible. So white is connected, and now the fight will be transferred to this side. And if black play here, and white will make a tiger mouth. For actually, this is not good because I can just make the first. You cannot honey here because I can capture all of your important stones. So you have to bend honey here, and then I can still play here. If you do this, I can counterattack Atari, then I can get out. This is hard fight for black. It's really hard. Two groups with one group, and pressure on the much more pressure on the liberties. So I think white is good. Also, if you think this is not a good fight, then you can play here and to capture the black stones. Okay, so for this fight, I want to spend much more time here. You can just play in your games, and maybe you can find more in your game. And I would like to discuss about the variations here with you, and if you have more discoveries, I'm welcome to talk about your discovery here. Okay, now let's go to next. If black descend here, white will extend, and then no, maybe not exchange that there. This is not necessary, and then white will just get this place. Actually, comparing to the last one, black still gets maybe 35, 5 more points, but white get a centi here. In the last Joseki, black gets a Joseki, and then white can invade. But I still think that white is better. But now white get a centi, so is for black. I think is unacceptable. Okay, so now let's see what if black to attack. Now I give you 1, 2, 3 and A, B, C, D and E. All A, B, C, D 4 points is to attack the E stones, the E stone. And I'm going to introduce the differences between A and D. Now let's start with the first one. Then white will attach. Actually, I give this a name is loose attack. Actually, it's not tough. It's not tighten and tough. Maybe I think. And now white can. I guess you may for Q players. I think it's really hard for you to find out the Kisuji here, and for dumb players, I think you need to think about this. Where is the best? Actually, I'm going to give you the answer here is this one. Actually, if white honey here, you Atari this one, and I will extend. Then you have to capture. Otherwise, I will capture all the corner. If you capture, I can just get back. Then I have white have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 liberties, and for black 1, 2, 3, 3 liberties. So white capture black here, and also white is thick outside. So this is unacceptable for black. So the only choice for black is to Atari this side, connect. If you play here, then the game, then it will again. You play here, then I can connect even worse than the last one for black. Okay, now let's continue. Atari and Atari. Now the first difference is between this one, black stone, this one, and this one now appear. Well, tight. And let me see that if black stones are here, now this Atari is no longer exist, but now this is exist. If you get out, and then you need to get back, and white can just go out, and we see that this stone is already cut down, and also later white can still make some thing in this corner, and many code threads, and also white have a way to reduce the black's corner. Okay, let's see. If white do not play here, do not to tight the liberty, or they play here, black can capture the corner by this, and now we see that this stone is much better than getting closer to the thick wall. So when black play this one, the closer one. Okay, let's clear our mind. If black play the looser one, this one, white will play like this. This is not good for black. And if if black play the tighter one, then white will attach, cut, and then the game will somehow transfer to this one. Okay, sorry, this is a misclick. You cannot hide here because I can get home easily. So if you play here, then this fight is I think it's good for black, because black can easily attack the white group, and also black have a big corner. So white have another choice here. That is cover here. If black play here, and white will descend, then now here is two choices for black. If black play here, remember not to cut here, because you cut and then you will be killed by a ladder. This is awful for white, so white need to play here. And black will play here, and white cover, and this is actually a joseki, and a really popular joseki about 2 years ago. And white will play here or here first, and then play here. Actually, this is a really famous joseki here, and I will call it a joseki 6, and you will find another file joseki when you get this SGF files. Okay, if white cover and the black play here, and white will block and then get back, I think impossible for for black to attack white, because if you attack, and I can get out this way, so it's not good for black. Okay, so no matter black play the looser one or the tighter one, white can play here. So what about how do black counter attack? Now let's see this one. This side Hane is the solution of black, and black will Hane. This is a joseki, and also I call it joseki 1. Actually, for this joseki, I think black might be better, because this stone now might be dead, and also later black can also invade here. Still, black can invade from this side. So let's see, the last choice is here. So about this choice is the all variations is already been talked. So about this one, the last one, and also maybe the most common one. So for white, we'll maybe just play something like AI moves, and also the game will looks like really complicated, and we don't know where to play. And also I have saw once that I've seen once that white attach here, and then black will hunt it from this side, and then this is a really common opening, and black's potential was strictly being limited. So been limited, and so I think black is not good. If black honey this side, we may see that the game might still be played like this. If black still block, and then this without these two stones, the big difference here. If black attack from this side, and white can just directly to get out, and then you Atari, and then white can just make leave here. The outside is not thick enough, so this is not good for black. Okay, so that's all for the Chinese opening, and if you have any question and any idea, please come and to discuss with me, and there might be 6 basic joseki here for the Chinese opening, so I really welcome to ask you to give us some advice. Okay, thank you for watching, and next week I'm going to talk about another opening, and hope to see your chat and hope to see your discussion. Thank you.